Why do the kindest people feel abandoned? Why do you pour your time, loyalty, and energy into others, only to be left behind? The truth is, no one warned you about the game you're playing. If they did, you'd stop being so easy to control. Being good doesn't guarantee fairness or justice. You're losing because you don't understand the rules. Machiavelli didn't advocate evil. He warned against naivety. Survival isn't about being nice. It's about knowing when to act and when to stay silent. So, are you ready to hear the truth? If not, stop watching now. If yes, listen carefully. The pain no one taught you about. They never taught you how the world truly works. They told you how to behave, how to hope, and how to stay small. You were raised to believe that if you just worked hard, stayed loyal, and kept your head down, everything would fall into place. But no one taught you how to survive betrayal. They didn't warn you that your kindness could be exploited by others. They didn't prepare you for the emptiness that follows when you've given everything and received nothing in return. The pain they never prepared you for is the realization that those you trusted will walk away when you're no longer useful. The pain of realizing your kindness was never a virtue. It was a tool. The world doesn't reward good people. It rewards those who are valuable, useful, and strategically positioned. Loyalty in a system built on leverage is often nothing more than an invitation for exploitation. Machiavelli didn't write for those who were admired. He wrote for the forgotten. The ones who gave too much, stayed too long, and then wondered why they weren't enough. You weren't betrayed because you were bad. You were betrayed because you expected fairness in a world that rewards the strategic. If you're too loyal without leverage, they will use you. If you're too kind without boundaries, you will be drained. The lies society tells you about kindness. Society has tricked you into believing kindness is a virtue, that politeness is a form of power, and that if you just stay generous and humble, life will reward you. But here's the truth. Kindness without boundaries is a trap. Kindness without awareness is submission. In this game, your kindness won't protect you unless it's wielded with strategy. Machiavelli saw through the illusion. Society doesn't reward kindness. It rewards those who understand leverage, who know when to give and when to withhold. People don't value your kindness unless it serves them. If you give too much, you'll be taken for granted. You think you're being good by saying yes to everything, but in reality, you're only making yourself easy to manipulate. Real kindness doesn't mean sacrificing yourself for others. It means being strategic with your generosity, ensuring that you protect yourself first and give only when it's sustainable. You don't have to be cruel, but you must stop being predictable. Once you understand the value of boundaries, you'll stop being exhausted by people who never gave you a second thought. The emotionless win. We've all been taught that vulnerability is a sign of strength, that being open about your feelings is the key to connection. But let me ask you this. When has being emotionally open ever helped you in a negotiation? When has your vulnerability ever stopped someone from betraying you? When has your emotional honesty ever made the ruthless more merciful? Machiavelli didn't reject emotion. He understood that emotions can be used against you. Your vulnerability becomes a weapon for others when they see it. The key to power is not in displaying your feelings, but in controlling them. Those who control their emotions control the room, while those who react emotionally lose leverage. You're allowed to feel everything, but you're not allowed to reveal everything. Silence is the ultimate weapon. When you don't react, you become unpredictable. And in that unpredictability lies your power. In a world that expects you to react, choose silence. Control your emotions, and you control the situation. Silence is the language of the powerful. You've been taught that speaking up is a sign of strength, but Machiavelli understood that silence is a form of power. The loudest person in the room is often the one scrambling for attention, while the true master says nothing. They allow the room to bend around their presence, creating an air of mystery and uncertainty that others can't ignore. Silence isn't passive, it's active. It makes people uncomfortable, forcing them to guess and fill in the gaps with fear and curiosity. In a world that thrives on emotional reactions, silence demands respect without asking for it. It shifts dynamics without movement. When you stop explaining yourself, people start wondering what you know, what you're planning, and where your line is. In this game, it's not about being understood, it's about being effective. The one who maintains control over their silence is the one who controls the room. Master this, and you'll find that silence becomes your strongest weapon. The art of controlling perception. Machiavelli understood something that many miss. Perception is reality. It doesn't matter if you're the best at what you do. If people don't perceive you as the best, you won't be. The world follows confidence, certainty, and the illusion of control. And if you can control how people perceive you, you control the game. You don't have to lie, but you do need to curate how others see you. Be strategic with your image. If you're competent but not compelling, your efforts will go unnoticed. Influence is about shaping the narrative, making others believe in your story, whether it's true or not. Real power lies in understanding how people perceive you and manipulating that perception to your advantage. People don't treat you the way you are, they treat you the way they perceive you. So, make sure that perception works in your favor. Why loyalty is an illusion. Loyalty is one of the most dangerous illusions in the game of power. People say they're loyal, but loyalty is a transaction. It's about what you can offer, not what you've done. The truth is, people are loyal to what benefits them, not what saved them or sacrificed for them. You can give your all, but if loyalty doesn't serve their interests, they'll abandon you. Machiavelli never advocated for blind loyalty. He understood that loyalty must be based on mutual benefit, not sentiment. If you're loyal without leverage, you'll be taken for granted. If you're loyal without value, you'll be forgotten. True loyalty is built on influence and value. If you make yourself valuable to others, they won't abandon you, not because of sentiment, but because they'll need you. Loyalty becomes a side effect of power, not a requirement. How to never be crushed again. If you want to stop being crushed, stop living as though you're waiting to be saved. You're not going to be rescued by the system, your boss, or anyone else. The only person who can change your circumstances is you. Machiavelli understood that power is not about begging, it's about building. Build your mind. Build your presence. Build your boundaries. Stop waiting for permission to take up space. When you stop playing by their rules and start creating your own, you'll find true power. You'll be able to rise quietly, strategically, and with purpose. Strength is not about confrontation. Sometimes it's about detachment and being so grounded that chaos can't touch you. If this message resonated with you, it's time to start rewriting the rules for yourself. No more waiting for permission, no more playing by someone else's standards. If you're ready to take control and build your own power, hit that like button and subscribe. Keep learning, keep evolving, and let's thrive in a world that's built for the bold.